Money ain't a thing. Money ain't a thing.
Money in the bank. Money in the bank.
We can talk, but money talk, so talk more.
Ash cash show, ash cash show, the ash cash show, ash cash show, the ash cash show, ash cash show, the ash cash show, ash cash show, ash cash show, the ash cash show, ash cash show, the ash cash show, ash cash show.
Baby, I got your money.
Hey, all right, so welcome to the Ash Cash Show every Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Make sure you go to ashcashshow.com, subscribe to the podcast, go to Ashcast TV, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank y'all everybody for tapping in. Make sure, I'm running my six-figure author challenge. So I'm gonna tag that. If y'all haven't signed up yet, do not play yourself and get on board. I'm gonna tag that right there. So y'all get a six-figure author challenge. Link is in a bio as well. Joyce Williams, happy birthday, Joyce! Black Economic Expo, and bro, fat shout out to the 50-year-olds in the building. Happy birthday! I am Jay Humble. Love you, nephew. Nephew is in the building. Blessings 3D. Salute Panther and Graphics. Thank you for the badge, love. It's me, Mr. T. Live life with no cap. Salute. It's me, Mr. T. Said bars yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Definitely bars. Y'all Queen, what up? Buddha Blast, what up? The bud is in the building. Terrific Tuesday. So I want to jump in. Let me jump into Daily Aspiration real quick. I think the Daily Aspiration is going to set the tone. I want to, Cuzzo, what up? Hit with Paris in the building. I want to set the tone. I want to set the tone right. I want to set the tone for Tuesday. Because if y'all playing with y'all time, 102 days left. If y'all playing, I need you to understand this. Happy Tuesday, my confident and self-reliant. Welcome to the day you stop relying on others to achieve your dreams and aspirations. Today's daily aspiration is dedicated to living your life your way. According to the Population Reference Bureau, there has been approximately 107,602,707,791 people who has ever lived on Earth, and out of those 107,602,707,791 people, the one thing that is consistent with all of them is that they were different. Not one of the 107,602,707,791 who have ever lived on Earth have the same DNA as you. How crazy is that? With that said, it is not logical. It's not logical for you in this day and age to still be living by someone else's blueprint. You are you, and that will be true for eternity. Stop auditioning for your part in life and simply write the script and play your role. Peace of mind comes when you are totally free to be who you were meant to be. Having friends, confidence, and advisors are cool, but at the end of the day, you should be listening to the voice inside that will never steer you wrong. Granted, you don't know what you don't know, but as the saying goes, I'd rather die my way than live yours. Trust who you are. Trust what your higher power has reserved for you, and live your way of life. I'll leave you a couple of quotes. The first one's by Trisha Lee, and it says, you can love people and you can befriend them, but the only person you can ever 100% depend on is, guess who? Is yourself. Next quote by Rumi, and it says, don't be satisfied with stories how things have gone with others. Unfold your own myth. And last but not least, by David Gamel, and it says, trust your instincts and make judgments on what your heart tells you. The heart will never betray you. Listen, I need y'all to understand this. Hold on. Hey, yo, out of the over 107 billion people that has ever lived on this earth, like ever, right? Over 107 billion people who have ever lived on this earth. Hey, yo, you the only version of you. You're the only version of you. Like, there's no other version that ever existed, and that will never exist. Scientifically, though, I'm not even, you know what I'm saying? Like, I scientifically, just look it up. Like, there's no one person, right, that has the same DNA as somebody else. Even if you are an identical twin, meaning that you came out your mother womb at the same time, you and your siblings still have a different DNA. There is not one person, not one, that has your unique fingerprint, right? And so, with that said, how is it that we are relying on anybody else except ourselves? How are we relying on anybody else except ourselves, right? And here's the gag, and this is, your heart will never steer you wrong. Here's the gag, and I say this all the time, and I'm going to say this until my dying breath, is that you are made in the image and likeness of the Most High God. And so if you are made in the image and likeness of the Most High God, relying on yourself, guess what? Is relying on what? I'll let you finish. Relying on yourself means that you're relying on what? Right? I need you to be self-reliant. I need you to stop giving away your power. I need you to stop looking at other people's journey and wishing it was yours. I need you to stop thinking that somebody's path, because it looks similar to yours, is the same. No, I need you to become self-reliant, right? I need you to become self-reliant. I need you to trust. Don't trust your neighbor. Don't trust your friends. Don't trust your family. I need you to trust yourself, right? I need you to trust yourself. I need you to trust you. I need you to trust the manufacturer, right? I need you to trust whoever created you. If you're made in the image and likeness of the Creator, then you must trust the Creator.
You're now tapped in and tuned in. Mindrite.com.
Trust the manufacturer. Catch these bars real quick. Catch these bars real quick.
The key to freedom is knowledge.
The key to freedom is knowledge.
And the key to knowledge is truth.
Yep.
And the key to truth is the manufacturer.
Ooh.
I repeat, there's a principle.
Black Economic Expo, happy birthday.
Truth is the manufacturer. Let's talk. Knowledge is
Thanks, Jay.
the key to freedom. But the key to knowledge got to be checked carefully. I used to think that knowledge was power. That's not necessarily true, because you can learn the wrong thing. Jesus said the only thing that can set you free is not knowledge, but knowledge of the truth.
The truth. Knowledge of the truth. You gotta know the
now,
truth.
I mentioned to you that truth, the key to truth is who? The manufacturer.
The key to truth is
What do I mean by that?
the manufacturer.
The manufacturer is the only one who knows the truth about his product. Let me try it one more time. The manufacturer is the only one who knows the truth about his product. Everybody else is experimenting. Everybody else is guessing. And everybody else has opinions. The manufacturer knows the truth about his product. That's why you shouldn't get information from anyone else except the manufacturer. Don't even believe the retailer, because he's in business for sales. That's why I don't trust humans to tell me who I am. Don't depend on customers' experience to determine the value of a product, because some customers don't know how to use it. Y'all are slow here tonight. Many of us have literally allowed people to talk us out of good products because they abused it and it didn't work for them. Not because your marriage didn't work doesn't mean marriage doesn't work. You just didn't know how to stay married. You didn't follow the manufacturer's manual. You didn't follow the specifications. Are you understanding me? What is a manual? The word manual is, you check it, you see it spelled this way. M-A-N-U. Do you see that there? Manu. It's from a Latin word which means to make or make up. Manu. Now, if you put the word manu and put another word next to it, factor, which is the factor that manus it, which means the factor that made the product, you have the word manufacturer. Are you with me? So a manufacturer is the factor that made the product. And the book that he sends with it never comes from the retailer. Manuals are never produced by wholesalers. Manuals are never printed by customers. It's called a manual because it's from the manufacturer, which means the manual means the maker's mind. Write it down. It means the maker's mind. What the maker did was took his mind and put it on paper and sent it with his product.
Catch these
so that
bars.
When you read the manual, you're reading his mind about this product.
You're reading the manual. You're reading the mind about the product.
Don't attempt to operate the product until you've read my mind completely. Why? Because I'm the only one who knows this product. Why? Because I made it. I designed it. I designed all of the circuits. I know the potential of my product. Now, the manual that you have with the product, if you ignore the manual, you are ignoring the mind of the maker. And if you ignore the maker's mind, then you are experimenting. People who have read the manual do not experiment. They know what to do. They know how to get out of the product which is in there. Because they know the mind of the manufacturer concerning his product. I want to invite you to consider where you came from. What company produced you? It's a good question. Sony produced Sony products. Mercedes-Benz produced Mercedes products. Toyota produces Toyota products. Well, I came from God Incorporated, and my company is eternal. It's not registered with the Dow Jones average. It's not on the stock market exchange because its value is too much. And my company that produced me is the only element that has the right to tell me the truth about me. When the manufacturer produced me, he had in his mind a purpose. Every manufacturer creates products for specific purposes. And the purpose for which they make the product determines the design of it and the ability of the product. Therefore, the key to knowing a product's ability and potential is not determined by your opinion of it. Let me take you one step further. Most of you came here in cars, and if you were to go outside and check your car, you'll discover something very strange. When you first buy a car, you sit in the driver's seat. If you check the speedometer registration, there's a number on that registration. The number of that car.
Willie, what up? Willie Moore Jr. is in the building.
Cars may say 210.
Yo, salute, King. I appreciate you, King.
May say even 280. Now, how could the manufacturer place on that registration of that speedometer that number? How can he tell you that this car can travel at 160 miles per hour?
Yep.
What gives him the audacity and the right to tell you, without your permission, that this automobile can travel at 160 miles per hour. He didn't ask you. And when he sold it, he placed it there, and he's daring you.
He's daring
telling you. Try it.
Try it.
I guarantee
it.
Automobile.
Hey, yo, hold on. Listen, because I want to make sure y'all catch this, right? Yo, the manufacturer, right? The manufacturer understands and knows the limits or the limitlessness of the product that it created. And all of the manufacturer, the Most High God is trying to tell you, just try it. It ain't going back and forth with you and telling you all. It ain't. Look, abundance is your birthright. The manufacturer is telling you that abundance is your birthright, and just try it. Just try to allow abundance, right? You just gotta try it.
Could travel at 160. I don't care what you think about it.
I don't care what you think.
I don't care what your opinion is.
I don't care about your opinion.
And I put in this car the horsepower and the piston power and the firepower to go at 160. You know, before they release the car, they test it first. So they're not asking you to test anything. They're asking you to use it. Driving at 150, does that cancel the car's potential to travel at 160? Ask the question again. If you've been driving for the last 30 years at 55 miles per hour, does your experience cancel the car's ability? No. That's why you should not judge life by your experience. If the car is parked outside and you walk up to the car and you say this. Now this is how it works. You say to this car, you are stupid. Can the car still travel 160? Yes. If you say to this car, I think you dumb and ignorant and backward, can it still travel 160? Yes. You say to this car, I don't like your color. Can it still travel 160? Your opinion does not affect the potential of the car. Please write that down. Opinions do not change potential.
Opinions do not change potential.
What you think about the car is relevant to the car's ability. The problem is that most of us have accepted other people's opinions about us.
Hey.
Now here's a strange phenomenon. If you've been driving
salute.
at 50 miles per hour all your life, but you are capable of 150, and I come and pass you at 60, then you are impressed. Isn't that crazy? Here you are driving 50 all your life, someone passes by making 60 miles per hour, and you go, wow. And what you don't realize is that you can make 160. The problem is we are impressed by people who ain't doing nothing.
Oh.
That's why I never allow what you do to interfere with what I could do.
Oh.
There's more inside of you than what you've done. God's not satisfied with your present accomplishments. And so don't allow people's opinions to interfere with your potential. Don't let anybody declare an opinion over your speedometer, because God has buried in you untapped treasure. Society is a dangerous norm, and I don't want to be normal.
Oh. Society is a dangerous norm, and I don't want to be normal.
Is knowledge. And the key to knowledge is truth. And the key to truth is the manufacturer.
Yep.
Let's talk.
So listen.
Knowledge is the key to freedom.
Knowledge is the key to freedom.
But the key to knowledge got to be checked carefully.
Yeah, let me explain something to you though, right? Because I want to make sure y'all got this 100%. 100%. And so opinions don't really matter. And dare I say, your opinion of yourself doesn't really matter. What? Ash, what are you talking about? Yo, you always say, right? You always say that your belief system is what counts, right? Yeah. So your belief is what counts, but your opinion doesn't matter. And what do I mean by that, right? Your opinion. Because an opinion is not based on the truth, right? Or an opinion is not based on the truth. So let me spell this out for you. If you say, man, I can't have that over there, right? I can't have that over there. You whatever it is, whatever you desire, you tell yourself that you can't have that over there. That is your opinion that you can't have it over there. But the truth is that abundance is your birthright. So you can have anything that you want, anything that you desire, right? But if you believe that you can't have it over there, right? Whatever you want, if you believe that, if you believe, right, that whatever you desire is not possible, then it's not really the belief system that's stopping you. It's the belief system that is stopping you from even attempting to see if it's possible. You catch where I'm going with it, right? You have allowed your opinion, right? You have allowed your opinion to get in the way of your belief system, and because you care so much about even your opinion, you care about your opinion, you care about your friend's opinion. Because you care about opinions, you have allowed that opinion to stop you from even investigating whether it's true or not. Because opinion is not truth. And so because you have this opinion of yourself, you've given yourself these limits and you have these opinions, you've made that your belief system, and that belief system doesn't even allow you to take the step forward. And so all I'm saying is I need you to rely on yourself, right? Even if your opinion says, you know what, I don't even think this is possible, right? Even if your opinion says it's not possible, but let your belief system say, you know what, I'm gonna give it a shot. Let me give this a shot, right? Because in the example, like Dr. Miles Monroe was saying, right? I'll break it down in an example that Dr. Miles Monroe was saying. You buy a car, and the car can go 120 miles per hour, right? The car could go 120 miles per hour. You get in the car, and you like, yo, this car, this bum-ass car can't go no 120 miles per hour. Yo, the truth of the matter is that's your opinion. That's not a fact. That's not a fact, though, right? You could call a car all types of, you bum-ass car. You can't go no 120 miles per hour, right? And guess what's going to happen? That opinion, no matter how vehemently you are, is not the truth. That ain't even the truth, though, right? You could be so sure. You could be like, look at this car. Look at this bum-ass car. This bum-ass car can't, right? You could be so adamant. But the level of just because you have a strong opinion doesn't still make it a fact, right? So you could be berating yourself right now, but that ain't a fact, right? But what happens though? Now you get in the car, and because you've been so disrespectful to the car, you're not even trying to push it 120. You staying at 30, right? You staying at 30 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden somebody passed you at 50, and you're like, oh wait, hold on, I could probably go 50. Now you try to go 50. Now you see somebody swerving, going 80, and you're like, oh yeah, this person going 80, but I can't even go. I can't even do that. I can't even go 80. And so now you sitting back, you're going 60. You want to go 80, but you watching everybody else go 80 because you have the wrong opinion about how fast your car could go. So you watching everybody else swerving, you watching everybody else do they thing, and you were so disrespectful because you was like, this bum ass car can't go 120. So why would you even try to go 120? Because you being disrespectful to the car. And you put the limit on yourself, right? You put the limit on yourself when it's possible still though, even with you disrespecting, right? Even with you disrespecting how fast your car could go, it still could go 120. Your opinion still doesn't matter. Regardless of how you speak about it, the truth of the matter is that it still could go 120. Your car ain't petty. Your car ain't like, you know what? I bet. Yo, since you think I can't go 120, I ain't gonna go 120. Your car ain't petty. Your car like, yo, hey, it's on you. Your car like, yo, it's on you. If you want to push 50 and I can go 120, then that's on you. Your car ain't petty. Your car not like, nah, chill. You know what? Let me lower how fast I could go. Right? And so all I'm saying is your opinion of you don't even matter. It don't even matter. Because I know I'm not coming down on you. I know why you have your opinion. Right? Your family, your friends, society, all of these factors have come in and clouded your vision. You trust in everybody else, but you're not trusting the manufacturer. You're not trusting the creator of the product or service. The creator is telling you that it's no limits. But you allowed other folks, which is fine, right? Because all you have to do at this point, though, is just try it. You got 102 days left. If you believe in your heart that abundance is your birthright, all you gotta do is allow abundance. Like, just try it. Don't even fight against it, is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody's like, nah, this joint can't go, yo, like instead of having an opinion, hey, yo, just press the pedal down. Like, just press it as hard as you can. Just press the pedal down and see how fast the car could go. Because once you press the pedal down and you start seeing the speedometer go click, and you like, oh, yo, you actually going to be shocked. Yo, you're going to be shocked. You're going to be like, oh, that's crazy. This joint went 120. Right? I'm going to give you an example. Real life example. Hey, yo, I got a truck, and my truck say 160, right? My truck say 160. And I was like, yo, this joint go 160? You know, my truck is like 500 horsepower. Like, it goes fast, right? So I said, yo, this truck go 160? And I said, nah. I said, yo, you know what? Let me see. And so, yo, no lie. I ain't even going to sit here and lie to you. I pressed it down. Like, I mean, you know, obviously I did it safe. I pressed it down and it only went to 106. It stops at 106. It don't go to 160 for real. Right? And so now I'm like, oh, I pushed it to the limit though. And so now in my mind, I don't drive 106, right? But I wanted to see because I'm like, yo, this joint say go 160. So let me push it to the metal. Let me see how I could go. You know what I'm saying? And so I push it. And now I know that regardless of what it says on the dash, it could only go 106, right? But I would have never known that had I not pushed it to the limit, right? And so all I'm telling you is push it to the limit, right? I need you to push it to the limit. I need you to go beyond your comfort zone because you're comfortable at 50 miles an hour. And yo, disclaimer, I just saw somebody say, disclaimer, this is an analogy. I'm not telling you to go to your car and push. Disclaimer. I'm saying this is an analogy for your life. Do not, nobody family reaching out to me. This is an analogy for your life. You know what I'm saying? But listen, right? But I'm telling you, look, I need you to push beyond your comfort zone, right? Because a lot of y'all are comfortable at 50 miles per hour in your life. A lot of y'all are comfortable at 60 miles per hour in your life, when your life could go 120. You know what I'm saying? Like I need you. You know what I'm saying? I need you to push past your limits.
You want to do something extraordinary with your life. Stop asking yourself what the least you need to do is, and start asking yourself, what's the most you can bear?
What's the most you can bear?
Humans are capable of
salute.
things. But the reality is, the way that we get better is by going through a simple process of adaptation. But what triggers the adaptation is stressors. It's doing things that are difficult. It's pushing yourself into a state of adapt or die.
Yep.
The body wants to conserve energy. So unless you put yourself in a state where the body absolutely feels like to survive, it must adapt, you're never going to change. And that's why only the most elite people end up achieving at the highest level, because they take
Hey, Cuzzo, text me what you're doing. I'm going to join you.
The energy into getting better. They're willing to suffer. They're willing to push through and persevere. But until...
Text me what it consists of. We're going to do it together.
Until you're willing to stop
Cuzzo says she's doing a 21-day fast. I'm going to start right with you.
And start asking yourself, how far can I go? Just how much am I capable of? And when your fascination becomes that, when you start wondering just how much am I capable of, and every level that you achieve excites you to push harder and go farther and do more and bear more weight.
Well, what up, Quell?
Then all of a sudden you really can begin to surpass other people. But it takes a total shift of your mindset. You've got to be obsessed with just how far you can go. You have to be obsessed with finding your breaking point and then pushing beyond that. That is how you really begin to take advantage of the adaptation process. That's how you begin to improve. That's how you begin to build your body and build your mind, is to push beyond your comfort zone. That is how you get great. At the end of the day, nobody sat their way to greatness. Nobody sat back and relaxed and became extraordinary. The only people who really achieve, the only way that humans are able to do the extraordinary things that we're able to do, is by going to that breaking point and then beyond. You have to find something in there that you want that badly. There's no way to just do it. You've got to find something in you that you believe in so much that you're willing to push yourself that hard. So you've got to construct a story about not only who you are, but what you can become. And when that narrative is so compelling that it pushes you forward, then you will have the kind of change that you want in your life. But first, you have to believe that you can do it. You've got to put yourself out there. You've got to grind and work. But to do that, to work that hard, to make those kinds of changes, you've got to be willing to test yourself. You've got to be willing to look inside yourself and find out who you really are. You've got to be willing to stare nakedly at your inadequacies and be willing to push through them. You can't pretend. You've got to really look at your results and see if you're making the progress that you want to make. And that's where a lot of people fail. They lie to themselves. They want to get away with something. They want to see if anybody's looking. But the reality is, the only thing that matters in this life, what do you think about yourself?
What do you think about yourself?
When you're by yourself.
When you by yourself.
There's no campaigning. There's no convincing anybody. There's only the credibility that you've either earned with yourself or not.
Only the credibility you earn with yourself.
The truth is that self-worth comes from doing something worthy. It comes from the hard things. It comes from the suffering. It comes from persevering when things get difficult, to know what you want and to stay that course even when everything else is trying to knock you off. So build that thing in your life, build that belief, know that you can do it, and be willing to go through hell to get to the other side, to get to the person that you were always meant to be.
Who you were always meant to be.
It won't be easy, but it sure as hell is possible.
Yep.
We all need a word of encouragement from time to time. So I want this to be that word. So let me tell you what I know. You can change.
Yep.
No matter what you think of yourself, humans are designed to change. That's what we do. But you have to put yourself underneath tremendous stress in order to trigger that adaptation response. But if you know what direction you want to move in, if you know what you want to become, you can change into that. And so holding on to the fears and the doubts and the worries, they're not serving you. And looping around that mentally, wondering if you're going to make it, and practicing mentally how you would deal with the failure, how you would justify it to people, all of that is stopping you from doing the one thing that actually will work. Trying, practicing, training, falling down. Those are the very things that you need to do.
Let yourself fall. That's it. It's all good.
Of taking action. That's the thing that you have to focus on. If you do that, then you'll be able to trigger your ability to change. So I don't need you to believe that you're capable of something extraordinary now. And I know in your heart you have that dream. You have that small flicker of a belief.
Genuine artist. I'm going to tap in. I'm going to find out.
Just try that you could figure it out. And that's what I want you to focus on. You could figure it out. Not that you already know how to do it. I fully accept that you don't. I fully accept that most of the things that I want to do with my life and will go on to do, I'm not yet capable of. But I so believe in the human ability to change, not even something that's unique to myself, just the human ability to change. Yep. That if I simply walk that path of doing, of trying, of failing, and
try,
learning,
do, fail, you're going to learn though. That stress is necessary.
So whatever it is you're thinking about doing right now, I want to be that voice in your head that says you can do it.
You do it.
Maybe not today.
Maybe not today.
You can do it. You can become capable of that thing that you want, that you so
But
dream
the pressure,
about, that would give you that sense of self
102 days
that
left.
you want, that you hunger for. And I will say this, be proud, even if you never reach it, as long as you try.
As long as you try.
So go out right now, stop this, stop listening to this, stop whatever you're doing, and get out there and try. Do it, and remember that it is a process of adaptation. And to go through that process, you must get under stress.
Listen, here's the thing. Here's what I want you to understand, right? Is that the road to peace, right? The road to peace can be stressful. I know we run from it. I know we run from it a lot. We run from it. We like, nah, I want peace right now. Yo, I'm shutting down to anything, right? The truth of the matter, though, is that in order for me to have gotten to my peace, there was some hell I had to go through. There was some traumas I had to deal with. There was some reflections that I had to make. There was some dark times that I had to deal with, right? In order for me to be at this space right now that I had to get to peace, I had to go through the valley of darkness. I had to go through the valley. I had to face it though. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes, right, we so busy running away, right? So sometimes we so busy running away from the stress, where it is the stress, it is the pushing past our comfort zone, it is the us allowing us to push through what we need to push through that is helping us get stronger, right? I give you the example of the butterfly all the time. If you're a caterpillar, the caterpillar will not become a butterfly unless it breaks through that chrysalis. It is the most excruciating pain that the caterpillar is going through. But it has to, right? It has to break out of the chrysalis. It has to do all of this, the pain, right? But as it's trying to break out of the chrysalis, the wings are getting stronger. The wings are getting stronger. And when it finally breaks out, right? When it finally breaks out of the chrysalis, it becomes a beautiful butterfly. But what happens though is that people don't realize, if somebody comes and helps that caterpillar, right? It rips through the chrysalis for the caterpillar. The caterpillar is going to die. You know why the caterpillar is going to die? Because it didn't gain enough strength. So now it's out of the chrysalis, but it don't have the strength to fly. And so now it's going to die. And so the stress.
You are now listening to MindRiteRadio.com, the only place to get inspiration and motivation all day, every day.
This is the part where I'm supposed to talk, and I want to reiterate, though. I'm just a motivational speaker. That's what I am. You know, Bishop has inspired me, and it's really helped me understand my walk. You know, I'm nothing no more than you. You know, my job has been exceptional, though. I've been very blessed in that I've lived a life. God has enabled me to pursue my passion and tied it to my gift. I'm gifted at comedy, and I've been able to pursue it. So I wake up every day, and for a living, I play music and tell jokes. How big of a blessing is that? But you know, people, they look at that, but see, you lose sight of the fact that I'm 54 though, and you don't know the fact that I've been doing this 27 years in order to get to the point where I can wake up and play music and tell jokes for a living. It's like my guest Tim Gannon, who explained the fact that he wanted to play polo. He didn't buy a pony till he was 40. He saw the first race at 16, the first match at 16. He didn't get that till he was 40. But so people look at him as the owner of Outback Steakhouse, and they go, wow, but they have no idea the journey and the stress. And what I want to talk to you about is stress. What stress is, what it really is. How it's necessary.
Stress is necessary.
If you planning on getting to where you're trying to go.
If you planning on getting where you're trying to go.
Stress is God's way of training you. It's preparation. But what most people do is, see, once you get stressed, you don't want that no more. So now you give up. You through. I'm stressed, so I don't want it. Nobody likes stress. But you got to, in order to develop and to change and to grow, stress is necessary. So you got to be willing to go get it every day. There's a story my father told me all the time. Now, I've heard it several different ways, but I'm just telling you the way my daddy gave it to me. He said, son, he said, every morning on the plains of the eastern Serengeti Desert, there arises a gazelle that realizes that he must run faster than the fastest lion, or he will be eaten and he will die that day. On that same desert arises in the morning a lion that realizes that he must run faster than the fastest gazelle, or he will starve and he will die that day. He say, son, the moral of the story is, no matter who you is, when you wake up in the morning, you needs to be running. No matter, and he said, no matter who you is, this proper grammar is who you are, but my daddy didn't do that, and I was comfortable with it. And so what he taught me was a work ethic of how to work. In order to get to where you want to go, you got to put yourself under some stress stuff. See, stress is necessary. God is a trainer. This is what I done learned about. And all I can tell you is, you know, how I got to be who I am. That's all I can share with you. I got no other stories for you. He got me to this point because from so far from what I done gathered in the process I'm in, he wants me to share my story with those that's still trying to get there. And at 40, you can still buy the pony. And by age 50, you can still have 5 world championships. But you got to be willing to get under some stress. See, stress is necessary. See, I'm a seed. I really am. But a seed has to be planted. A seed got to have dirt put on top of it. If you take a seed and throw it on the concrete and walk off, the sun just burn it up. But guess what? Logically, in my mind, it doesn't make sense that to grow something, you should dig a hole, put it down in there, and cover it with dirt. Logically, that don't make no sense to me. But though, see, dirt is necessary for growth and development. Dirt builds character. Dirt gives you the push-through factor. Dirt makes you come with it when you don't feel like coming with it no more. And you get dirt in a lot of different ways. all of y'all that had dirt thrown on you. And dirt ain't always what you want. It's somebody talking about you down on your job. It's somebody accusing you of something that you didn't do. It's somebody telling you you ain't gonna make it. It's somebody sharing information about you that ain't true. Everybody get dirt put on. But see, when you getting put under that stress, please know God is always working. Kirk Franklin's song, God is always working, so I smile. Because I know he back there. See, that dirt builds character in you. When they talking about you, it teaches you to withstand it. Then it gives you something to push through. So when you put the seed and you put the dirt on it, if you understand stress, stress really ain't just dirt. Stress, see, they don't call it dirt when they plant it. They call it soil. Because, see, soil has nutrients in it. But the nutrients, when people talking about you, dogging you, lying on you, backbiting, stealing from you, talking about you, they're actually putting nutrients in you. They're building character. You got character now. Because now the seed, if they put a camera under the ground, you'd have seen the seed sprout open and start coming through the dirt. Because the dirt is necessary so you can prove yourself. You know, if you don't really want to, everything you see above ground that blossoms and plants and grows and that's beautiful, it was underground one time. All them potatoes, collard greens, they was underground one time. Them apple trees, they was underground one time. So they had to prove themselves. See, you want to be successful, well, then you got to prove yourself. You got to push through the dirt. You got to come up through here. You got to come out. Then you sprout. And then Bishop said, then you become a tree. Next thing you know, you got fruit.
Now you got the fruit.
When you under stress, take the stress for what it is.
Take it for what it is, y'all. Stop playing.
Don't just think, oh, man, Lord must not mean for it to be. What you tripping for? What you talking about? How you think you're going to be a plant, a tree, a flower, a bush, and ain't no stress? How you going to get to be that without no dirt? See, I expect dirt now. I expect people to talk about me. Matter of fact, I look forward to it now. Do your thing, because if I can weather what happened to me and my family earlier, you can bring whatever you got now. There's some more stuff going around now that's about to happen. Bring it. Because now I have developed a character. That is stress. I have soil, enough dirt on me that is providing me with nutrients. What I want to talk to you about is stress. In order to develop and to change and to grow, stress is necessary.
That's necessary.
So you got to be willing to go get it every day. Stress is necessary. See, stress is God's way of training. It's preparation. In order to develop and to change and to grow, stress is necessary.
So listen, y'all.
Mindrite Radio, your number one source for mind elevation.
So listen, y'all. That stress is necessary. And in order, I need y'all to understand that the stress is necessary. I don't need you to deflect. I don't need you to push it on nobody else. I don't need you to wish it was different. I don't want you to do none of that. I need you to understand that what is happening in your life, you got to push through, right? You got to push beyond your comfort zone. You got to push your limits. You got to understand that as you push your limits, you're getting out your comfort zone. And as you're getting out your comfort zone, you know, some stress is going to happen, but pressure either bust pipes or make diamonds. And we got 102 days left. And so it's time to make diamonds. It's time to put yourself under stress, right? The right type of stress, not the unnecessary stress. Let me be clear. Let me just be clear. There's different types of stress, though. There's the stress of you worrying, how you gonna do this, how you gonna do that. There's that stress. There's the stress of you know, your friends and your family trying to we ain't talking about that stress. We ain't talking about the unnecessary stress. We ain't talking about the BS stress. We ain't talking about the stress that's not taking you higher. We're not talking about the stress that's going to stress you out, right? We're not talking about the stress that has no return on investment. We talk about the stress of you pushing yourself past your limit and becoming everything that you were supposed to become, right? Become everything that you were supposed to become. And in order to do that, though, I need you to take full responsibility for your life. It ain't your father's fault. It ain't your mother's fault. It ain't your grandmother, your grandfather. It ain't your neighborhood. It ain't the news. It's not the government. It's none of that. I need you to take full responsibility for your life.
Take full responsibility for what happens to you.
Yep.
It's one of the highest forms of human maturity, accepting full responsibility.
Yep.
It's the day you know you've passed from childhood to adulthood, the day you accept full responsibility. And another note, learn to reap in the fall without apology. Without apology if you do well, and without complaint if you don't. That's maturity. I used to have that long list of reasons why I wasn't doing well. To explain. You got to explain, right? Otherwise you're going to look bad. I used to have this funny list called Reasons for Not Looking Good. I used to blame the government. I mean, you can believe that or not. It was at the top of my list. I had a lecture second to none. The government. That was on my list. I used to blame taxes. Look what you got left after they take everything. And they expect you to do well. That was on my list. Prices, that one's easy, right? You walk into the supermarket with $20, come out with a little half bag. So I had that on the list. I used to blame the weather. I blamed the traffic. I used to blame my car. I blamed the manufacturers. I used to blame the company. I blamed company policy. I used to blame the training program. I blame my negative relatives. They were always putting me down. I blame my cynical neighbors. They're just selfish, looking out for themselves. Won't loan you money? They were on my list. I used to blame the economy. I blame the community. That's a pretty good list for not doing well, isn't it? I thought it was good. I'll never forget one day. Mr. Schultz was very kind, but he was also very blunt. And this was no exception. And I'm glad he was blunt. There's a lot of things I'd have missed if he hadn't have been blunt. One day, with sort of a curious look on his face, he said, Jim, just out of curiosity, tell me, how come you haven't done well up until now? Excellent question. I thought, well, so I won't look too bad, I'll go through my list. And this list I just gave you, I put that on him. And he was very patient. He let me go through the whole thing, the government, the weather. I went through this whole thing. When I finished, he looked my list over very carefully. He said, Mr. Rohn, big problem with your list. You ain't on it. How brilliant. When I went to work for him a few months later, I learned very quickly to tear up my list, reasons for not doing well, and I threw it away. And I got me a fresh piece of paper. And I put one word on it. Me. There's a Black Heritage spiritual that says it's not my mother nor my father, nor my brother nor my sister, but it's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. See, I used to blame everything outside. And then let me give you a little philosophy that helped turn my life around. For your notes, here it is. It's not what happens that determines the quality or the quantity of your life. It's not what happens. And the reason is because what happens to about everybody. No different. The sun went down on all of us last night. A common event, a happening. And I found out that the same things can happen to two different people. One gets rich and one stays poor. Why is that? It's because it's not what happens, but rather it's what you do that changes everything. So that's a key phrase. It's not what happens, it's what you do. What happens is about the same. You might put that in parentheses here. Same. What people do, that's what's different. Anything can happen, right? Everything can happen. I've heard all the stories. I've been one of the stories. Hey, we could all tell stories all night long, right? Happenings. Anything can happen. Have you heard of Murphy's Laws? Anybody here heard of Murphy's Laws? Okay, most of you have. Murph had these laws. One of them was, if anything can go wrong, it will. That's one of Murphy's Laws. He was not one of the great positive speakers of the day. But anyway, it's still true though, right? Anything can go wrong, everything can go wrong. For sure. I've fallen out of the sky so many times. Once to the tune of a couple of million. Devastating. Took me a while to survive that one. Now, it wasn't all that much, but it was all I had. I mean, that's when it's much, right? When it's all you got. If you got 3 to go, you got 1 left. You ain't looking that bad. But when it all goes, has anybody been there when it all went? Anybody? Come on, rest you liars. Go ahead. Hey, we've all been there, right? When it all went. Of course, it used to be a long time ago, right? When you ran out of money, got to 0, you were all through. Heck, now you can whistle right on by 0, right? I mean, they will bury you. That's what they will do. But see, those are the happenings, right? Everything can happen. Anything can happen. But it's not the happenings. It's what you do about it.
It's what you do about it.
Somebody says, yeah, but you don't understand the disappointments I've had. Come on. Everybody's had their share. Disappointments are not special gifts reserved for the poor.
Yep.
Everybody has them. The difference is what you do about it. It's not the weather. I used to blame the weather, and I discovered it rains on the rich. So see, that won't help. 2 men wake up one morning, there's a rainstorm on. One of them looks out his window, sees the rainstorm, and he says, wow, what a storm. With weather like this, they can't expect you to go out and make sales. He stays home. Same morning, the other guy looks out his window, sees the same storm, says, wow, what a storm. But he says, you know what, with weather like this, what a great day to go out and make sales. Most everybody will probably be home. Especially the sales. See, that's the difference in how your life works out. It's not what happens, it's what you do. So here's one of the key questions of the evening. Starting tomorrow, what are you going to do that'll make a change in your life's direction? Good question. What are you going to do starting tomorrow that'll make a difference? Now see, if you don't do something starting tomorrow that'll make a difference, guess what? It's gonna be the same. And see, that way you can guess what the next 5 years are gonna be like. Look at the last 5. Because the next 5 are gonna be like the last 5 unless you, major key, tomorrow, change it all. Or change a little, or change something, or don't change. It's choice time. You can do whatever you want. But it's nice to know any day you wish you can change your whole life. What can you do starting tomorrow that'll make a difference? Good question. What can you do with economic chaos, massive disappointment? What can you do with a broken heart? What can you do when it won't work? Good question. So if I had a word with you tonight, one-on-one, just you and me, I think my personal advice to you would be, this year, 1981, reach down inside of you.
Reach down inside of you.
And come up with some more of those remarkable human gifts. They're there, waiting to be utilized.
They're waiting.
And then change anything for you you want to change. And I challenge you to do that because you can change.
Appreciate you, Cheryl.
If you don't like how it is for you, change it. If it doesn't suit you, change it. If it doesn't please you, change it. If it isn't enough, change it.
Change it.
And I challenge you to do that because you can change.
You can change.
See, you don't ever have to be the same again after tonight, only by choice.
Only by choice.
Take full responsibility for what happens to you. It's one of the highest forms of human maturity. Accepting full responsibility. It's the day you know from childhood to adulthood. The day you accept responsibility.
Keep round it up.
And another note. Learn to reap in the fall without apology. Without apology. If you do well. And without complaint if you don't. That's maturity. That's maturity.
If you change your mind, did you change your life? Mindrite Radio. Inspiration and motivation 25/8. That's all the time. More than humanly possible. Elevation on another level.
All right, y'all. Shout outs. Fast shout to your spoiledness. Top of the morning. Thank you for tapping in. Brandon Lee on the YouTube check-in. Appreciate you. Coach Balfour on the YouTube check-in. Thank you for tapping in, checking in. Angela Smith, peace and blessings. Appreciate the tap in. Sharon Smith, salute, Sharon. Abundance community in the building on the YouTube check-in. Fast shout to Yolanda Lewis. Salute on the Facebook check-in. My guy Jazzy Rainey, salute on the Facebook check-in. Only One True on the YouTube check-in. Big love from Baltimore. I needed it this morning. Salute. Fast shout to Lottie Grip. Lottie Grip said, I have just finished reading all of your books. Finding you has been a gem for me. I appreciate you. Thank you, Lottie. I appreciate you. Thank you for the bad love. Hold on. Can you make your own playlist on Mindrite Radio? Yeah, if you go to Mindrite Radio, if you become a VIP member, so once you go to Mindrite Radio and you hit on any of the tracks or go to Mindrite Radio VIP, once you become a VIP member, you could download the tracks and then you could create your own list. Digital Glow, salute Digital Glow, checking in from Japan. International Ash in the building. Digital Glow checking in on the YouTube check-in. So yeah, mindriteradio.com to listen to the radio. If you go to mindriteradiovip.com, you could download any tracks and then create your own playlist. So salute there. All right, appreciate the badge love. We got 19 badges today. Appreciate y'all. Ramaya Trash, thank you for the badge love. Patrick Watkins, thank you for the badge love. Black Economic Expo, happy birthday. And thank you for the badge love. Adiva Secret Closet, thank you for the badge love. NY Golden, thank you for the badge love. Courtney Miller, thank you for the badge love. The Don Oliver, thank you for the badge love. Panther Ink Graphics, thank you for the badge love twice. Ray the Great, thank you for the badge love. Butterfly Thoughts, thank you for the badge love. King Fitter. King Fit, thank you for the badge love. It's A-Lo, thank you for the badge love twice. I Stay Rich, thank you for the badge love. Rankin Certified, thank you for the badge love. Where's CJ, thank you for the badge love. Tammy Boots, thank you for the badge love. The Era Explains It All, thank you for the badge love. Crazy Bout Cakes, thank you for the badge love. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. Yo, make sure y'all sign up to sixfigureauthorchallenge.com. We're starting next week. Definitely a bunch of gems, whether you are an author, existing author, aspiring author. I'm giving you the blueprint on how to become a six-figure author. It's worth the investment. Make sure you tap in. I'm giving all the smoke. So make sure you go to sixfigureauthorchallenge.com. Or hit the link in my bio. Message is wellness. Thank you for the badge love. I appreciate y'all. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. Thank y'all for tapping in, tuning in. Make sure y'all tap in with my guy Ramaya Trask for the after party. After the show, it's the after party, and after the party, it's the all right, y'all. Peace and blessings. Enjoy the day, and I'll see you tomorrow in God's will. All right, peace.
I'm talking about wet.
Money ain't a thing. Money ain't a thing.
Money in the bank. Money in the bank.
We can talk, but money talk, so talk more.
Ash cash show.